Hey, it's Alma, and we're at Tarot of the Soul. I am back after a week off, but I'm here to hit it tonight. I got this new deck that's actually for making tarot spreads. So it's a lot of prompts to, build a spread around. And so today is a variety tarot reading day because I have a bunch of different spreads to offer and see if those might entice people interested in readings. So I am thinking to use my World of Warcraft deck because that had such good readings the last time we used it, which was the first time, right? Yeah, the last time I streamed was the first time getting to use this deck. And, I did a spread from the book. It was, I think, a 6 card spread. I can't remember the name of it. Destiny's Star or something like that. But tonight we'll either do that or some of these other spreads that I've come up with. And one that I found, one's shadow work, and that's a deeper reading for people that might be interested in that. Shadow work is not for everybody. And so I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, though my cat wants to drink my cup of milk. She's like, that's my cup of tea. Hmm. Okay, let's see. What do we do while I wait? Well, I'll get my manifestation deck out. You wanted me to do a reading for you. Are you still interested? Okay.
Headspace.
Well, I'm sorry I missed that headspace.
It's all right.
I have a spread that's called Overcoming Obstacles, and it is 5 cards. The first card's the present, and the second card is what's blocking the present, so what's in the way. The third card, what is the best course of action to move forward? The fourth card is what needs to be cleared before it resolves. And the fifth card is what am I meant to learn from my obstacles? Didn't know if that might be in your headspace. Obstacles.
No, not so soon.
Okay. What kind of headspace are you in?
More of a busy, get stuff done sort of thing.
Yeah, you were. You were active. Reliant.
Finally knock out working inside the computer because I had been put down. So it was good.
So that was something you've been wanting to do, and you just got up the motivation, or is
I
it
wouldn't say I've
something?
been wanting to do it. It's something that needed done that I've just been putting off because it didn't really need done because the fan was still working. I could,
It was
make
that
it
justification that
not
it.
rattle it, but it wasn't working great. So I was just okay with putting it off. But today, I guess under normal circumstances, you just wait. When it finally broke, I'd replace it. But today, I was more motivated. I just took care of it.
So did you take the fan that was breaking out and put a new one in? Oh, I just thought you fixed the rattle.
No, no, I replaced it with a fan that I've had forever and a day to replace that fan.
Oh, well, good for you.
Yeah.
Nice job getting that done.
So it was something that, again, I had meant to do for a long time.
But you also coupled that with a lot of extra cleaning out the inside of the.
Yeah.
Was putting that fan in, is that what you needed the screw for?
Yeah, yeah. The bracket, the screws that I had were like stripped and worn, which is why it was rattling in the first place. That and the fan was old and just loose anyway on the bearings. So it was, yeah. But,
So now your computer's quieter.
oh, yeah. A lot
That's
quieter.
good.
And I don't have to worry about, bumping it or turning it off and then having it wake up and be angry.
Oh.
That was the problem before, is I'd get it working just fine, then the power would go out and you'd turn it back on and be like, now I gotta go
Now I gotta
mess
do it
with this for
again.
10 minutes again until what?
The power would go out. Of course it would.
Yeah. But anytime you'd shut the computer off for an extended period of time and then turn back on, it'd be upset again.
Angry. Like the idea of technology being angry.
All right. So what is this card? What am I looking at here?
Reliance, believing before seeing,
Very
is
colorful.
it is. I like the idea because the first things believing before seeing is the key to manifestation.
Is this the WoW deck?
No, this is my manifestation deck.
Okay.
This is the one that I play with when I don't know what to say.
All right. Honestly, the back of that card that you're holding, that looks like it could be from World of Warcraft, like out of Hearthstone or something.
Yeah, I could see that being from WoW. I think this deck is an AI generated deck. Like
Boo.
the way the pictures, even the text on the cards isn't always right.
Okay.
It looks like somebody had the aid of something that made this deck.
Interesting.
It still works. Like, I've had wonderful prompts with it and inspiration comes. So even if it's AI boosted, it works.
It's done its job.
Exactly. So believing before seeing is the key to manifestation. Trust the process fully. Release control and allow your manifestations to unfold in perfect timing. I think that's a big one, releasing the need for control. So often we think we can build structures and routines and rigid, just regularity that isn't really natural. And in all of that is this idea that we can control things by doing it a certain way. But really, manifestation is doing our best in a given moment, not necessarily the same thing in a given moment, but just doing our best to guide forward whatever we're trying to bring to light. Whether that's good energy, good relationships, good experiences, whatever, by being our best self right now, that's all the control you have. And if that seems hard to do, then I think that's a good stepping point for where to go. How to control yourself so that you have a better alignment with who you are, who you want to be, and where you want to be going. Because ultimately, that's the only thing you really can influence. Outside of you, it's all guesswork if somebody's going to buy in, see things the way you do, want to do things the way you want to do things. Outside of you, it's all nebulous. But when you focus on yourself and what you can do, that's when you have the most power to influence manifestation. Allowance. When you let go of resistance, abundance flows freely into your life. Release the need for control. Another card that talks about releasing the need for control. Trust that what is meant for you is already on its way. I like the idea of trusting. I think in modern culture, there's just this idea that you don't give trust until it's earned. But for me, trust I give freely because I want to be trustworthy. And, my own way, I try to be trustworthy. And if I'm trustworthy, I'm no different than others. So extend that trust. And I think there's a lot of positive wonder to be found in that free trust, because then people aren't having to live up to some sort of expectation to be worthy of your time and attention. They get to unfold themselves for you, and you get to witness them for who they are, not just who you need them to be. And I think, well, I got off track on that because it's let go of resistance, abundance flows freely into your life. I was talking about control and trusting. Oh, yeah, because I trust. Trusting creates positive energy. And with the law of attraction, I think that positive energy is what is a good thing to sow into your moments, because from that good energy you infuse in your moments, good things attract to that. And so it ripples outward and becomes manifestation that you get to witness. I don't know about specific manifestation. I have a little blank index card that I wrote on the front and back, and that's my manifestation ticket. I call it the golden ticket or the blank ticket. I forget my words for it. It's written on the thing now. But back when I was in the pits of poverty and depths of mental unwellness, I found this blank card, and it felt like a free pass to write everything I needed on. And it was just a small card, not very big, bigger than a tarot card maybe. But I filled it up front and back, and it was with simple things like home and hearth and health and happiness and harmony, and material things like food, home, you know, it had the basics. And I put that card away, and it was weird. It disappeared for a time, but then time moved forward and I found that card again, and everything that I had put on that card came to pass. And it wasn't with a willful effort of me trying to manifest that card into life. It was a sincere acceptance that this is what I needed to be happy. And it was taking the time to etch it down onto a piece of paper. And that was my cosmic imprint on the moment. So the divine heard me and listened and guided me to a life where all of that was abundantly present. And I think that's this card, allowance, right? I didn't demand any specific thing. I had a couple material needs, but even those weren't specific. It was just an open-ended cry for positive in my life in stable and secure sort of ways that could keep my family well when life was out of control. And then, as I don't have any control, life just moved forward. We kept doing our best to stay together and get better, and rinse and repeat until we found better. And now we're living in that abundance. And I think it all starts with trust. Just trust that you're in this moment for a reason, and this moment will connect to another one when it's meant to. And apart from just being your best self, which I think is really important. It's hard to be your best self, but from the hardness, the effort, the energy, the care, the consideration, all that extra that goes into being your best self, that's where the meaningful fulfillment comes from. When you're living less than your best and making excuses for why you don't do better, you probably don't feel better. Maybe the external world holds value because it can paint pictures that make you feel better than what you are. But the inside, all the external world can be what it is. Inside, you know your true worth. You know your true connection to reality. And if external validation is needed, that's when it's time to turn inward and work on the self. So the self can sow positive energy into the moment to create that law of attraction, and then to open the self up to receive that abundance when it manifests. I think that's the trick, is being able to receive the abundance. I think a lot of times we get stuck in negative mental tracks, and so we're paying attention to negativity. But abundance is found in positive energy, in appreciation, gratitude, thankfulness, blessings. It's all these good, high energy, high vibration words that come with abundance. And so if we're focused on the negative mental track, we're just going to miss all the abundance. Hi, Mama Bubble. Welcome. Yes, very true. Well, awesome. I'm glad you're there listening. I'm glad something I'm saying rings true. I always worry when I'm running on a monologue that I'm just saying gibberish. I'm glad I'm not. How am I doing? I am doing well. I'm having a good day. Glad to be back in the streaming atmosphere. Glad to have company now. I pulled out my manifestation deck, which is just the deck I use to kind of summon cards to talk about while I wait for people to do readings for. How are you doing tonight? And hello, Moonlit Ava. Welcome. Glad to have you. I'm having a good night. I'm glad to be here. It's been about a week since I've streamed. It's just been manic episodes and heavy nights and crashing early, but that didn't happen tonight, so here I am. So, while during the week, I got this new deck, and it's a tarot spread deck. So basically, it's like 82 or 84 prompts for building card spreads with. And I came up with four spreads that I can offer tonight. And then I also found a shadow working spread in one of the Discord servers I'm in, which I thought would be a nice reading for somebody if they're interested in shadow working. But yeah, so I am just open for readings tonight, whatever is needed. Doesn't even have to be anything I created. I'm open and just hoping to do readings for people. You would love that. Which one would you love, Ava? Efficiency. Work smarter, not harder. Align effort with strategy for maximum impact. Optimize your approach today. Find ways to simplify your efforts. I like that. Efficiency is good. Work hard is not something I'm really good at. I tend to try to take the easiest route to get things done. So this efficiency card is something I resonate with. I would rather do things quickly and perfectly than enjoy the process. And I'm not very good at savoring the process of doing things. Just try to get it done. Shadow work spread. Okay. Awesome. Well, Ava, let's do the shadow work spread for you. I was thinking of using my World of Warcraft deck, which I fell in love with the first time I used it. But I have other decks, a Wild Reflections Tarot deck, if you would like that instead, maybe not a video game deck. I want to give you something that speaks to you. These are the cards for the Wild Reflections. And then these are oh yeah, my husband, he's good. Tells me things. Like, hold them up so you can see the art. Yeah, so that is the Wild Reflections deck. Oh, you want that one? Okay, we can do that. All right. Let me swirl the deck, get it ready. Gotta touch them all. I'm gonna stop doing that. I feel like the swirl is enough. My thought is that I like some of my decks, like the Green Witch Oracle or the Osho Zen Tarot, they don't really need orientation. So I pick them up and I expect them to be ready to use. And they are. I always get resonant daily pulls with them, right? So there's some measure of trust in the cards to be ready when I need them. But for decks like Wild Reflections, it's a tarot deck, so orientation matters, upright or reverse. So the swirl shuffle, I feel, is enough to bring the present moment to the cards and get them in the orientation they need for the reading. Okay, so let me pull the page I've written for. It's called the 3-Cross Spread. I think they said something like for misery, but I don't believe shadow work brings misery. I believe shadow work brings enlightenment and awareness, and it's not always easy getting to that enlightenment and awareness. But anyways, you guys are interested, so you know. All right, so the first cross is something you need to accept about yourself. Oh. Is that better? Okay. All right. The first cross is something you need to accept about yourself that is overshadowed by judgments from yourself and others. Learn to overcome these judgments, to embrace your vulnerabilities, and turn them into strength. So the first cross, something you need to accept about yourself, is 8 of Wands, and the cross is overshadowed by judgments about the Hermit. Okay? We'll come back to that. The second cross is self-healing. I have Shadow Work Oracle deck. Love them a lot. Oh, may your stream be filled with lovely people today. Thank you, Ava. I appreciate you. So let's see. The second cross is self-healing blocked by emotional repression. Learn to target the specific ways you're repressing your emotions in order to truly process and heal from past wounds. So 6 of Wands, another Wands, is the self-healing, and then we're looking for the emotional repression. 5 of Pentacles. And then the third cross is tough love that you need to hear that's silenced by the ego. The ego being yourself, not just ego as in high self-esteem. Figure out how the ego is silencing this needed yet painful advice in order to learn and grow. Taffy, welcome. So we have Mama Bubble. You're awesome. I think I saw above that you wanted the shadow work reading as well, right? All right, so we're looking for tough love. The Lover's reverse. And then the being silenced by the ego, justice. Okay, let's get into the meanings. Okay, so the first cross, something you need to accept about yourself. 8 of Wands reverse. Waiting, slowness, chaos, delays, losing momentum, hastiness, being unprepared. The 8 of Wands reversed often indicates that there is a flurry of activity and responsibilities in the asker's life. They feel they are being pulled in a million directions by work and home life. This card is a reminder to step back and breathe. The 8 of Wands reversed also signifies that the asker should stay focused on the tasks that are most important to them. Our attention is often diverted to the most urgent task, while the goals dearest to our hearts get pushed to the sidelines. So, as this card is something you need to accept about yourself, is that you're being pulled in many directions, and now is the time to focus on what matters most, not just what's most urgent, but what matters most. Give time to that so you can bring that into manifestation. And I love that the Hermit card is something that's overshadowing this which direction to go battle you're in, right? Because it's the Hermit is ultimately going within and finding the meaning within and defining for yourself what direction is right. But so often the outer world makes us feel negative, right? About, wow, what matters the most good. Um, so yeah, going within, that's where we know ourselves best. That's where our connection to life manifests best. So from there, that's the best way to move forward, to guide ourselves forward. And so inside, we know what matters most. Our head gets us distracted and thinking other things are more urgent, but our heart knows what's the best direction for us. Yeah, you're in that space right now. It resonates. Good. I love that. So, the Hermit, self reflection, introspection, contemplation, withdrawal, solitude, search for self. The hermit is a seeker of the knowledge that comes from within. A lonely wanderer on the path of the night, he searches for that which can only be gained with long periods of solitude. The inner voice. That inner voice, that's your guide. And if you're not in tune with listening to it, give yourself time to get in touch with it. Go isolation mode. Cut back from social media, cut back from news and entertainment, cut back from everything that gives you outside stimulation that makes you think things are different than what they are. You know how things are. Your inside knows how things are. Trust that. Trust that inside, because that inside is going to guide you to be your best self in the moments before you as you divvy up your time and energy. Okay, so the second cross, self-healing, Six of Wands reversed. I always listen to my inner voice and I meditate. That is a wonderful way to move forward, because no matter what you're doing, you're listening to yourself, and yourself will get you through things the best way possible. And so trusting in that, I think, is a really healthy way of being. It's really healing to listen to yourself, because if you're not listening to yourself, who is, right? So give yourself that love, that time, that attention. And meditation, that's great because it makes the most of a moment without having to make anything of the moment. It lets things be and lets you focus or withdraw or heighten your awareness. However meditation works, it allows you to direct your energy in a positive way. I think those are really healthy ways to participate in life. I'm learning to surrender and heal. That's vulnerability is a big one. And so this is the next cross, is that self-healing. So let's go to Six of Wands reversed. Okay, so healing. Failure, lack of recognition, no rewards, lack of achievement. The Six of Wands reverse reminds the asker to stay focused on their own journey without being swayed by society's metrics of success. They may have recently achieved something important to them, which may not be considered significant by others. The Six of Wands reverse may also signify that the asker has been experiencing a loss of confidence or self-belief. They are encouraged to reflect on their growth and what they have overcome. So I like that perspective. That is a great friend to have in any journey. And so when we're talking about healing, seeing how far we've come is a great way to see what direction we need to heal. What ways have we grown? What ways are we still hurting? What ways do we need to focus on ourselves to move forward in a positive way? The Six of Wands encourages that perspective to see what you've been through and what you've overcome and what's left standing in the aftermath of everything that tried to tear you down. And I like that guidance without being swayed by society's metrics of success. Success is personal, it's individual, it's going to matter to you. What matters to you is most important because you're the one doing the work on the inside. And so, for the right reasons, you do the work. And that's why outside factors shouldn't matter with what feels right when you're succeeding. Yes, my I am surrounded by right person and right time and meeting people who are meant to help me go through that journey. That's perfect. I love when synchronicity and serendipity align me with people that just heighten my journey. And I'm in that kind of place myself where everybody I come across is a positive boost to the journey I'm on. And it feels like manifestation unfolding perpetually, and I love it. So I hope that's something you're getting to feel yourself. Touch wood. My table's wood. I'm touching. So let's see. Emotional repression. 5 of Pentacles. So your self-healing is blocked by the 5 of Pentacles. You are on cloud 9. Isn't that a beautiful place to be? When I'm floating, I like to reinforce my floaty feelings with reality of how good reality can be. Kind of like cementing it in my mind that yes, life is just this good. And if it's this good now, it can be this good again. No matter what comes in the way of the next upflow, I can trust that yes, I've lived this good, so I know I can live it again. So I'm glad you're floating on cloud 9. I hope you take time to meditate on that cloud 9 feeling, journal, write, create art, just use that inspiration that comes from feeling so good and just really sow energy and time into feeling that wonder and transmuting it into something lasting and fulfilling. Okay, 5 of Pentacles. Hardship, loss, isolation, feeling abandoned, adversity, struggle, unemployment, alienation, disgrace. This is what we repress, right? The 5 of Pentacles card represents financial stress, poverty consciousness, or a lack of self-esteem. It can often signify that the asker is stressed out about their financial situation and may be fearing that they might lose their job. I take this card to be as a repression, the weight of money's hold, finances, the weight of finances on life. You're on cloud 9, but how do finances stack up against that, right? Do you have that worry that everything's going to be okay? Do you have that fear that something might go wrong? A lot of times in finances, there's a lot of worry, and that can be something we repress because ultimately the fear is real and it can be overwhelming. Touch wood is a popular superstition and phrase used to prevent bad luck or to express hope that good fortune will continue. It is typically spoken after sharing positive news or making an optimistic statement about the future. Oh, I didn't know that. See, in our culture, normally it's only for the negative. They say touch wood for, like, knock on wood is the phrase in our culture, where it's important to, you say something like you might get jinxed, so you knock on wood to be okay. But I like yours, touch wood, just for good vibes. I love wood. It's old, it's strong, it's endurance, it stands the test of time. It's a wonderful thing to invite into the moment. The Five of Pentacles reminds the asker to foster self-belief and have faith in their potential and resourcefulness. It is also a call to focus on what is abundant in life and practice gratitude. So yes, finances can be a point where we let it weigh on our mind more than it should. As this is an emotional repression, I wonder how deeply you let yourself feel things, and if in order to let go of the fear, you kind of got to stop running from the fear, embrace it fully. And then ultimately, with that Six of Wands, come back to that. Oh, the Six of Wands was measuring by your own success. So, oh, it's finances and success. So yeah, personal rewards, personal definitions of success matter, because ultimately finances aren't the end all be all of happiness. If the only thing that drives you forward is money to get it done, I can tell you there are people that have way more money than you're likely ever to have, and they don't seem to ever have enough. It's because they don't have their own measure of success that helps them feel rewarded to where they don't need to keep achieving to get more, 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 more. So a definition of finances, of financial prosperity, is something that can, it's hard. Finances touch everybody differently depending on where you've grown up on the side of privilege. And so ultimately, I hope for freedom from the pressure of money. Freedom feels better than worrying about money going wrong. And success isn't only measured in financial gain. So I like this card to heal on the measures of success that matter to you, that aren't necessarily found in the working world. And let that money just flow freely away and attract what you need, abundance and resonance and alignment, not just money. Money feels like a shallow wish, whereas abundance and prosperity is the depth of the experience of feeling fulfilled by life. Okay, so cross 3, tough love that you need to hear that's silenced by the ego. So the lovers reversed. Disharmony, imbalance, conflict, detachment, bad choices, indecision. The lovers reverse can point to both inner and outer conflicts that you are dealing with. The disharmony can make daily life difficult and could be putting pressure on your relationships. The lover's reverse can also indicate that you have been avoiding responsibility for your actions, so you need to make amends or let go of the past and make better decisions in the future. Okay, this is an interesting card because it's paired with justice, which is basically like the results of your choices. So let's go check that out. Justice, karma, consequence, accountability, law, truth, honesty, integrity. Forgot I joined. Well, I hope you're still interested, Taffy. I'm wrapping up with Moonlit Ava, and I think you were the second, maybe. No, you're the third. First is Mama, and then you. Hopefully you can stick around so I can get you that reading. The Justice Tarot card appearing in a reading signals that a judgment will be made fairly and accordingly. The decision that you have made in the past will be carefully weighed with fairness. If you have been wrong, the appearance of this card may bring you a sense of justice and relief. On the other hand, if your actions have caused pain to others, this card serves as a warning to take responsibility for your actions and make amends. So, um, tough love, it makes sense. Thanks, Own Dog. I appreciate you letting me know. I love you. I appreciate your help. Um, it makes sense. Okay. So the disharmony or the imbalance leads to bad choices that ultimately have repercussions for them. So this card is calling us to make better choices that create harmony and create balance, right? And then let that positive energy ripple outward and be the justice that you receive. When you act harshly, when you act coldly or cruelly or meanly or cold-heartedly, whatever words you want to say for when you negatively engage with the external world, that negativity comes back at you. So this disharmony card is a calling to reflect on how you're being disharmonious or creating conflict and resolve that conflict, because ultimately, once you start making better choices in regards to yourself and others, that's when you start having positive manifestation with yourself and others. Okay. All right. So I hope that was a good reading. Um, this was, I like the three crosses, and I feel like they seem to resonate together, and hopefully you said they make sense, and so we got some positive words as you were sharing, so hopefully that was a meaningful reading. It resonated. Yay. I'm glad. Well, thank you for letting me do a reading for you. Thank you for being the first reading of the night. It was good. Well, I'm glad to have you tonight. And I'm glad we got you a reading that was good. Your pleasure. Well, thank you. It was my pleasure to do a reading for you. Glad to have you. And I hope you'll be able to join me again another time. So that brings us up to Mama Bubble. You are up. Are you still there? Yay, you're still there. Awesome. So you were hoping for the shadow work reading. After seeing it with Ava, is that something you're still interested in? The darn next thing never works. I know, right? Yes, please. Would you like the Wild Reflections deck, or would you be interested in the World of Warcraft deck? This is the card art for the World of Warcraft deck. Just to show you what, in case it might speak to you. I played a lot of time in the WoW world. You get your WoW deck at the end of the month. That's awesome. I love that you bought it. We're going to be twinsies. We have the WoW deck. That's awesome. So would you like me to do your shadow work reading with the WoW deck, or are you feeling more inclined to go with the Wild Reflections as well? Here's some of the Wild Reflections. It's brighter, more vibrant. Okay, let's do the WoW deck. because you bought this deck. We'll vibe with it. So the first card is something you need to accept about yourself that is overshadowed by judgments. Two of Cups. And so the judgments from yourself and others, you like them both. They're both good decks. I love them both. I just want the chance to use the WoW deck. Not everybody resonates with it. So Knight of Wands reversed. Then we need self-healing blocked by emotional repression. The Wheel of Fortune. Now we need emotional repression. The Fool. Tough love that you need to hear that's silenced by the ego. Tough love. Five of Swords reversed. The ego. Ten of Swords. Okay. So Two of Cups is something you need to accept about yourself. Two of Cups. Love and respect abound. Equal partners acknowledge each other, making a stronger whole. This situation should not be taken for granted, for all good things need nurturing, but you are in an enviable position. So right now, there is an abundance of love and respect in your moment, but perhaps you don't see or fully appreciate how much there is. And part of being blessed is being open and aware of how blessed we are, to be thankful for it. A lot of times people put prayers out into the divine to have divine intervention, but then we're not really in a positive mental place to receive that divine blessing. And so I think of this Two of Cups as a calling to appreciate the love and respect that's in your life. And it's being overshadowed by your opinion or your judgments and others' judgments, which is Knight of Wands reverse. You suffer frustration born of impotence. You lack the authority to accomplish what you want, and you are met with obstacle after obstacle. This takes its toll upon the spirit. It is important to understand where your dissatisfaction stems. So that very well may be the judgment you have. Love is love, but how you receive love, how you define love, that also goes into feeling loved and abundant in love. So this Knight of Wands reverse kind of indicates a frustration that love isn't what you want it to be. Love is a freedom. It's not what you want. It's how positively you connect to it. And there's a difference. A lot of people in love try to control and influence and manipulate how love in their life feels. But healthy love is free. It comes, it goes, it highlights, it nurtures, it uplifts, it supports. There's a lot of things that healthy love does. But healthy love doesn't cause frustration, because ultimately love is unconditional. And even when somebody's being difficult, there's love there to get you through that feeling of difficult times. So I think this card is a calling of how you relate to love, the love in your life, and how you feel about it in your life. Self-healing blocked by emotional repression. The Wheel of Fortune. Reversed. The Wheel of Fortune tells us that life forever rolls on, ever changing, but it returns to the same points time and again. The wisdom of the ages, the lofty epiphanies, and the basic truths of the material world are revisited in a never-ending cycle as mortal lives discover them, forget their lessons, and learn them anew. How many times have the Horde and Alliance stood together against a common foe, only to allow their differences to divide them once more? In reverse, this reading acknowledges that fortune has not been on your side and assures you that it is not of your doing. One of the hardest lessons of all is that we are not always in control of our destinies. If you cannot persevere, end the cycle of misery yourself by moving on. I like this. Tonight cards have come about control, and I think control is an important thing to focus on. This is a card of self-healing. Control and the idea that we can control everything, anything, is kind of an illusion. It's a distraction. Control is fleeting. You can do your best right now with everything going according to plan, and next moment something happens that completely causes everything to shatter. You can't know what the future is going to hold. And so outside of your ability to do your best in a moment, control is nebulous at best. And so I like this card that it's a reflection on that not everything that happens is your fault. So as you're building this positive relationship to love and abundance in your life, let that filter into your love as well. Not everything that happened is your fault. Some people who are who they are, and they might not be who you need them to be. And we don't need to carry the burden of the people that have wronged us with us into future relationships. We can know we've endured something, know something wasn't right by us, but then we can also choose to let that go and carry forward in a free sense, freedom and liberty and grace. Oh, Renoir, welcome. I'm glad to have you in the queue. So, the emotional repression is the Fool. The fool is one who walks alone in the world, heedless of its dangers. Although he travels with confidence, he is ill prepared for where his wandering shall lead him. He travels light, relying on his own wit and skill to overcome whatever adversity he happens upon. The embodiment of this is Rathian the Black Prince, for although his ambitions are both grand and noble, they can at times be dangerous and naive. Upright, a sense of hope and endless possibilities abounds. Each tomorrow brings a new chance to shape your destiny. Have confidence that things can be changed with determination and initiative. I like that. So the Wheel of Fortune is there to say that you need to heal around the idea of being in control. But the Fool is there to say, lead forward with your best foot, your trust, your intuition, your guidance. Just let that lead you forward, because apart from doing your best and being fully connected to the moment you're in, there's not much control to be found. So I love that the Fool comes to be the inspiration for what needs to be found as you let go of control. A new excitement in the journey unfolding before you. You're trying to do so. Good. I love that. Hello, Renoir. I'm glad to have you. Hope you're having a good night. Well, I'm glad you're trying to do so. That's the best you can do. Try to do your best, and when you find out you've gone a wrong direction, reflect on it, learn the lesson, and move in a better direction. It's just a journey, so we're going to have ups and downs, ebbs and flows, and lessons that keep repeating themselves. And it's on us to enjoy the process. Be the fool. Let the process keep unfolding for us in new and exciting ways. Tough love that you need to hear that's silenced by the ego. Five of Swords. I have had a big shift in my life and have tried to go back to how it was and realize I just need to let it go and move on. That's so often a hard thing to accept because we try to recreate the past and make it happen again and again. But the past is no more for a reason, and it's very healthy to accept that and let go of the past that's no more, to make room for something new and better to make its way in its place. So tough love, Five of Swords reversed. Resentment is festering. Whether it is in your own chest or lingers in another's, someone desires a chance to reconcile. It may be a bitter pill to swallow, but now is the time for forgiveness. I like that. Whether you're going to reconcile or not, forgiveness is better. I I think of my father. My father tried his best to be a father. His definition of fatherhood was not what I needed. He is with a person that makes life around him very toxic. I forgive my dad for everything that he isn't, so I don't have to carry the weight of being resentful for all the ways that he's not the man that I need him to be for me. Forgiveness, it's a softening, it's an acceptance that life is what it is, and we don't have to make it harder than it needs to be. People are broken, people aren't who we think they are, they all kinds of things happen. But ultimately, carrying forward trauma or neglect or hurt or pain, that's a choice. And we don't need to make that choice. It has taken 10 years to do so. Well, I'm glad you're getting to the point where you can finally let go. 10 years is a long time. A decade, that's a really long time. But doing things right often takes a long time because it's doing what matters and it's not just flipping a switch and changing. It's working yourself to get to that point. So I'm glad you're finally getting to that point of release. Okay, and this silence by the ego, which is the Ten of Swords. Upright. You face the full force of an uncaring fate, and it has won. You grapple with your defeat and the collapse of what you had hoped to achieve. Though defeated, you have learned a valuable lesson. So, the idea, I guess that would be the ego, that you have faced an uncaring fate. I am not of the mindset that fate doesn't care. I feel like fate walks with us in everything we do. It's there guiding us if we listen to it. It's there helping us make better decisions if we give ourselves the chance to listen, right? So, like, this ego card is saying you face an uncaring fate. What if everything that you did mattered, had meaning? It wasn't uncaring, but your ego tells you it was. What if everything is rooted in the choices you've made? I remember the last time you gave me a reading a few months ago, I cried. Aww, I love that. Not that I made you cry, but that it was a meaningful reading, that it resonated or felt was provoking enough to bring emotion. I love that. So yeah, Mama Bubble, I hope you can find um I got really sick and still am, but I've just had to go with the flow and it is still hard, but I am still going. And that is the perspective to keep. You may be it may be sick. You may be sick and you may be going through really hard times, but everything you've been through, you've made it through. So that's a positive way to wrap your mind around what you're going through. It may be hard, it may be tough times, but you're doing it. You're getting through it the best way you can. And it may be a long journey to keep going, but you can do this. You're meant to do it. So now it's finding ways to feel good inside of the tough times, to measure your worth by how hard you try to succeed, to get through what you're going through. Feel good about that. Find the internal reward that gives you merit for trying so hard, because you are trying hard and that matters. But I love that you're going with the flow. I feel that's how I face my moments myself. I go with the flow. I have so many things that I juggle in a given day, moment, year, whatever, that I can't, I don't have the grander perspective to really guide myself forward. So I just pull back and I do my best in this moment to be what I need. Rest, recover, push, act, whatever the moment may need, I try to give that to myself. And I hope you can do that for yourself, Mama. I'm sorry you're sick. I hope this was a resonant reading. I hope it made sense and, gave you something to think about in the shadow work kind of way. That is the part that is the hardest. I do not think I am much, but I am trying to change it. Well, your first card was about love in your life. And if you're if you don't think you're much, that's going to limit how positively you can feel about others in your life, right? It starts within. So I would definitely say go within and learn to love yourself as you are. No pretending, no changes needed. Just love yourself and embrace who you are from the magical, wonderful way you get to be. It may be hard, but you're overcoming every hardship life has thrown at you. So how hard is it? If you can do it, you meant to do it. So just trust in yourself and feel good even though life is hard. You deserve to feel that reprieve, that rest, that comfort, that support, that you're worthy of feeling good as you are. No change is needed. And it's a hard thing to come to because a lot of modern culture conditions us to think if we're not externally validated, then we're not worth a dime. But honestly, self-love isn't external. It starts within. And when you can feel abundantly loved on the inside, everything outside then becomes icing on the cake. So I hope you've been trying. It's so hard. I hope you can keep trying. That's all you can do. Try your best. Give yourself grace for how hard you try. It matters that you try. Some people don't, but you do. So reward yourself by feeling good about how hard it is for you and how you still keep pushing to get through it. Reward yourself. Feel good. Because ultimately, if you're not your best friend, it's going to be hard to feel good in the relationships and circumstances you have in life around you. So yeah. So far, no one can help, and to so many different people. That's frustrating to not have the answers that you need. I'm sorry it's that kind of illness for you, Mama Bubble. Hopefully you can get yourself into someone that can answer your questions and give you the information you need. It's been going on for 11 years. That is a long time to not know, to not get help. in light of not having answers for what's going wrong with your body, with your health, love yourself, because honestly, that's a grace that you can give yourself despite not knowing what's going on health wise, right? That gentleness, that softness towards you, that can be something you can spend time and energy focusing on to help you feel better despite the reality that right now you don't have answers for what's going on. Sorry you're going through it, Mama Bubble. I hope I gave you a good reading. And I do miss my old, like, I used to be a dancer, and now all I am a homebody because I cannot go out much. That would be hard, the switch from being active and doing things to just being at home. Perhaps it seems silly, but dance at home. Just little dances in the moment. I know when I'm feeling free and happy, I'll swirl around to the music in my head and let the vibrance of just the moment move me energetically. Invite that into your moments, that kind of dance. Maybe it's not the kind of dancing you're used to, but it still invites that freedom of flowing, letting the body flow and move and just vibe with the moment. And you wish you could dance. It was your meditation. I hope you can find a way to invite dance in a different way, something that works for where you're at right now. Maybe the old ways don't work anymore, but maybe something that your body is capable of now, some kind of movement that might help you to give you that release, that connection, that expression, all that dance is to you. Oh, you don't have to be sorry. No, I'm here for you. I just wanted to talk you through what you were going through. No need to be sorry at all. I'm glad to be here, that you can talk with me. You can express what you're going through. I can imagine there's a lot of angst about not knowing what's wrong, and a lot of that's probably internalized, so it's good to get it out, and I'm glad to be here for that. Taffy, you are up next. I'm glad to see you. I was just going to ask how if you were still there. Little Princess Cherry, welcome. How am I doing tonight? I am having a good night. I'm glad to be here streaming. Um, I just did 2 shadow work readings, so that was really cool. I love getting to do deeper dives for people, so it's a good evening. I'm just here to enjoy the vibes for a little bit. All right, well, we're glad to have you. Last time I streamed, you had a 3-stream streak, so that means you're now on a 4-stream streak. So thanks for showing up again. Glad to have you. So, Taffy, what kind of reading are you hoping for tonight? I have the shadow work reading that I just did for Mama and Ava, if you're interested in that. But I also have other readings. I got this deck that's like journal, like prompts for card spreads to make your own spreads, which I thought would be good for helping people um, sort through their problems in ways that maybe I don't have a standard reading for. Um, So I went ahead and I came up with 4 readings: a higher calling spread, overcoming obstacles spread, a deep dive into life spread, and build happy love spread. So if any of those sound interesting, I'd love to get you one. Or we can just do a general reading like I normally do, the diamond spread. Yeah, isn't that really neat? I loved it too. And it's super small, so it fits in the hand. I like that because like it um it lets you set it on the table without taking up a lot of space. So I really like that. My my Wild Reflections deck also is gold trimmed, not as shiny as the tarot spread deck. And then my Wow deck has the gold trim on the card itself. It's beautiful. I love the decks that have the gilding. It's so pretty. Not a lot of them do, but I do appreciate the ones that do. I'm worried about my mom having enough time to handle the bank situation to get Dad's money out into her account before he dies, or we'll have to pay about $5,000 to get it. Oh, wow. Is I'm sorry. Is your dad close to dying? I am so sorry. Yeah, that sounds stupid. In hospice care at home. Oh, gosh, Taffy, yeah. I'm sorry. Okay, well let's do, I don't know. I'm not good at predicting the future, but I can do a finances reading um where we put like the diamond spread for a finances reading and see what the cards have to say, if you would like that. Okay, we will do that. Mix the cards up. You need water. Okay, well, I'll mix the cards up. You go get your water, and I'll draw the cards, and then I'll wait for you to get back to start interpreting them. Okay, Page of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, King of Wands, the Magician, Little Princess Cherry. Bless your heart, Taffy. I pray that everything will be okay. Hugs, all the hugs. I love you guys being supportive. Taffy's really going through it, and kind words and good energy, definitely what's needed. And I love that you're sharing that. Eight of Swords. Okay. Page of Pentacles with a finance reading. The focus. Ambitious, diligent, or upright finances, meaning setting good habits with finances. The Page of Pentacles represents new beginnings, passion, and the start of new endeavors. The asker may be looking to make a career change or begin an entrepreneurial pursuit. The energy of this card speaks to the motivation needed to manifest goals. This card reminds the asker to remain passionate and in touch with the original drive that propelled the project. Perfectionism or fear of failure can sometimes stop us in our tracks. I like that those words, perfectionism or fear of failure, can sometimes stop us in our tracks. Right now, you can't know what the future is going to hold. So all you can know is moving forward and hopefully your mom getting to take care of the finances before something worse goes on. I've lost two loved ones. I understand how you feel. They were everything to me. In Native American culture, we believe that those who pass are not truly gone. They are spirits that reside in the trees, watching over us. They protect us, even though we may not feel it. They're always here. I love that idea that the past is never really apart from us. It's just moving forward with us in a different way. I love that in Native American culture, that's how they see the our loved ones from the past. It's beautiful. So, finances, setting good habits with finances. Internal motivation, Two of Pentacles. Balancing resources, adaptation, resourcefulness, flexibility, stretching resources. The upright finances meaning is tight finances, prioritizing bills, unstable finances. The twos are all about relationships, balance, and harmony. The Two of Pentacles signifies that the asker is multitasking and attempting to balance many responsibilities. True, you have a lot going on. This card can also indicate that the asker needs to implement more organization into their routine. They should determine what resources will help them feel less overwhelmed, whether it is hiring additional help or seeking advice. So, um, seeking advice. That may be a route that you may need to go to get help with this situation. Make sure that you're covering all the bases and that you're moving forward as positively as possible. Out of ads. Welcome back, little Princess Cherry. King of Wands in the external influence. Upright finances meaning financial stability, financial wisdom, generosity to others. The King of Wands card signifies the asker is competent and capable. There will be a chance to meet interesting people. You can successfully negotiate and state your point of view. This card also shows up as a reminder to trust oneself. The asker's intuition knows the way. This is a time to fully embrace their strengths and wisdom, which will enable them to make a huge difference in the world. So trust yourself. Trust that you guys are doing your best to take care of things before your dad passes away. Make sure you're taking the steps. Seek outside guidance if you need it. What's needed to better understand or overcome. The Magician reversed. Missed financial opportunity, not using skills for financial gain. When you obtain the Magician reversed, it might mean it's time for you to implement some changes. While right side up, the Magician represents true power, the reversed Magician is a master of illusion. So maybe this card is not everything is as it seems. Consider whether the reversed magician is in your circle or whether it might represent your current state of emotions. It may indicate that you are becoming obsessed with power, which could lead to wrong and reckless decisions, eventually leading to your downfall. So make sure not to be making reckless decisions. Just, again, um, seek outside help if you need it. But just time, I guess, missed financial opportunity. It seems time is of the essence. So um, that seems to be the takeaway for that card. And we have the higher understanding or the higher resolution, Eight of Swords, reversed. Lessened anxiety or intensified anxiety or fears clouding truth. Now you can free yourself from limitations, overcome fears and worries. The pressure that has been put on you all this time is easing. You now have a clearer understanding of what is around you and can deal with whatever is hindering your progress. Once you have conquered your fears, you can start over. There are no more obstacles. The path is clear. Now is the time for self-affirmation and rejection of the restrictions that others impose on you. There is a way out of this situation. So I like that. That's a positive card to end on, Taffy. That, really it's fear right now that's getting in your way. By doing your best, getting your mom where she needs to go, asking for advice, um, making sure not to miss out on that financial opportunity. It feels like now is the time to act. But ultimately, the cards seem to be to indicate that you don't need to be as anxious as you might be. So yeah, um, I hope I hope that was resonant or helpful, Taffy, with a finance reading. I'm not sure. I don't do them very often, so I'm not really sure what to look for in the meaning of them. So I hope something resonated. I hope you find some meaning in the reading. You're going through it, and hopefully I can at least give you some positive energy in this time. I really hope I don't have to be as anxious as I'm feeling. Me too. I mean, this card speaks of lessening the anxiety. Ultimately, anxiety doesn't do anything other than make us feel uncomfortable in the moment. If there's real fear, your instincts will kick in on how to react to them. But anxiety is not so much a fear, but it's a tension, like a weight we carry, right? And the best way to deal with anxiety is to accept the the reality of what you fear, accept that as a possibility, but then realize that that's not the only possibility. And that way it invites the possibility of the worst going wrong, accepts that it could happen, but then doesn't weigh you down with that being the only outcome you can focus on, right? You can't know the future, but you can't also know that the worst case is the only possible outcome. So a lot of anxiety focuses on worst case. So if you're feeling a lot of anxiety, try to pull back from worst case. Reinforce your mind with affirmations that everything's going to be okay. Even if it costs an extra $5,000, you're going to be okay. It's a lot of money to lose, but worst case, you're going to get through it, right? So just let yourself feel the grace and the positive energy, even though you're going through an incredibly challenging time. It's Now's not the time to make yourself feel worse. Now's the time to try to meditate and open up and feel more comfortable despite the circumstances. I hope you can let go of that anxiety, Taffy. It really isn't. Anxiety is horrible. I have my own battles with anxiety, and so I wouldn't wish it on anybody. So that brings us to Renoir, I believe. After Taffy, and then, yeah, Renoir. You are up next. Are you still there? You're welcome, Taffy. I hope you had a good reading. I hope, it provided some lightness in your moment. Good, you're still there. I'm glad to have you. You said that since your last reading a couple months ago, you got your own tarot deck and oracle decks. How are you enjoying the tarot journey on your side of it? Taffy, thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me read for you. I hope when I stream again, hopefully you can come back and let me know how you're doing and just keep me posted on what's going on with you. I'm interested. So far, it's been very enlightening. I love tarot. I find it so good for reflection, and it's just, I love tarot and oracle cards. They're great, and I'm glad that you're enjoying them yourself and that a reading inspired you to get them yourself. So yeah, what kind of reading can I get for you tonight? I mentioned I have a couple of spreads that I created. I have the shadow work spread that I found in a Discord server that I'm working in. I did 2 of those tonight. A love reading. Okay. I actually have a love spread. Um, the first card is how best can I cultivate a satisfying relationship? What will help me let go of my attachment to pain? What qualities will attract future love? What is my current relationship status teaching me? And how can I align to the frequency of love? Does that sound like something that you want cards drawn around? I want to ask something about my most recent relationship. Can I drop my question instead? What is the current energy of the connection? So I have a 4-card spread that I think might satisfy what you're hoping to find out, knowing I'm not an energy reader and I can't predict the future. So I use the cards for insight and intuition. But it's a 4-card spread. The first card is you and your energy. The second card would be your ex's Emily's energy. The third card is the combining of the energy, the mixing of the energies. And the fourth card is a meditation card. So like the reflection on the relationship. Does that sound like a resonant reading for you? Yay, we found something that works. Okay. So let's see what the cards have to say. So first up is the card reflecting you. Eight of Cups. Next card is reflecting Emily. King of Cups. Next, the third card is the mixing of your energy. Two of Pentacles. And the fourth card is the meditation. the Fool reverse. Okay, so your energy is Eight of Cups. Abandonment, walking away, letting go, searching for truth, leaving behind. The Eight of Cups card represents living in alignment with our truth and instincts and walking away from disappointing situations. The querent may have recently left a job, relationship, or friendship that was not fulfilling. The upright love meaning is leaving unhappy relationship, abandonment issues. The Eight of Cups card is a reminder to let instincts and intuition lead the way in decision making. If the querent has recently been avoiding a situation, the Eight of Cups assures them that they have the strength to face reality. So, abandonment issues or unfulfilling relationship. That's the card speaking of your energy. King of Cups for Emily's. Wise, diplomatic, balance between head and heart, devoted, advisor, counselor. The King of Cups, the upright love meaning is using head and heart in love, a compassionate but calming partner. The King of Cups indicates the asker is able to balance their head and heart in relationships or serves as a reminder to remain level-headed and calm when faced with interpersonal conflict. The King of Cups is also a reminder to not repress emotions. It's essential to fully feel sadness, hurt, and feel, as well as happiness, fulfillment, and joy. We often avoid emotions, worried they will engulf us. So I get balance between head and heart. Emily is a thinker and a feeler. Two of Pentacles, the mixing of your energy. I've been going through therapy recently, and I was diagnosed with complex PTSD with borderline personality features, and I have intense and extreme abandonment issues. Oh, I'm sorry, that card actually speaks the truth, so it actually resonates with where you're at. That is a lot of mental health to struggle with. I'm glad you're getting help. I'm glad you're seeking support in what truly is a challenging situation. And so, for me, having been inside a lifelong relationship with somebody and not really mentally being ready for it, I like to think that I needed to heal myself before I could be ready to be with somebody else. And that may be the case with you're seeing a therapist, and maybe Emily is a positive presence in your life and can be motivation for the healing you need, right? To reconcile that energy and finally maybe find a future moment together when things are better. But it's hard to be in a relationship when you're not secure in yourself. And abandonment issues puts extra weight on the person in your life to be there for you always. And so that relationships come with extra weight. And so healing the self and being able to meet somebody on a better level, I always encourage that, because ultimately relationships are really hard in and of themselves. But when we're not ready for relationships, it makes it that much harder to be happy and feel connected inside of. So let's see, Two of Pentacles, the mixing of your energies. Balancing resources, adaptation, resourcefulness, flexibility, stretching resources. The upright love meaning is balancing love, work, family, adapting to changes in love. Thank you for that. It's why I started doing therapy and medication as well. I'm on medication as well. I take like 5 or 6 different medications, my nice little cocktail to stay healthy. But I definitely think it's a healthy choice to reach out for external support in a mental health journey. You can only do so much alone. And outside of that, we need outside perspective and upliftment and guidance and support and all those things you get from therapy and medication. I am really proud that you're taking that step for yourself to feel better in a lasting way. So this card also this card can also indicate that the asker needs to implement more organization into their routine. They should determine which resources will help them feel less overwhelmed, whether it is hiring additional help or seeking advice. So this card is balancing resources, adaptation, resourcefulness, flexibility. So basically, this is the mixing of your energy, and it seems like it's an adaptable kind of energy. Like you could adapt well to each other. You work on your things, and if she's working on hers, it seems like the mixing of the energy is positive, right? But you have to be in a positive place to meet her there. And so it'll take some level of self work to get you into that state of mind or that state of readiness. The Fool, and that's the meditation. Interesting. Reckless, careless, distracted, naive, foolish, gullible, stale, dull. Reversed, love meaning. Lack of commitment, risky relationship. So this card would seem to indicate that maybe Emily isn't the place you need to focus yourself right now. When you encounter the reversed fool in your reading, you may see his more negative characteristics on display. This could indicate that you are acting recklessly or carelessly and not considering the potential consequences of your actions. In this context, the fool can be seen as a warning to take a step back and approach things with more thoughtfulness and maturity. So, whatever happened with Emily, it happened, right? And you can't undo what's been done, but you can learn from what happened so that if you get a chance to reconcile with Emily, you fix things on your end so it's not a problem again, if that makes sense. That's what I think of in a relationship with thoughtfulness and maturity. A reverse fool card can show you that you are living in the moment and not planning for the future. The reverse fool meaning serves as a caution that you should be more aware so as not to be taken advantage of. Is um is Emily possibly someone that you're focused on because of abandonment? Like, did things go wrong with them and it ended and now you have abandonment issues revolving around them in your life? I've had abandonment issues even before I met Emily, but when she abandoned me due to our problems, it made the issues worse. Understandable, triggering. Something you came into the relationship with, and the relationship didn't work out, and now it just made those issues even worse. Oh, Feria, welcome over on YouTube. Glad to have you. Hello, hello. I am just finishing up with a reading for Renoir over on Twitch. And so I will get you a reading in just a couple moments. So yeah, you had those abandonment issues and then the relationship went sour. Um, was was it did the relationship end because of your issues, and that's what triggers it? Your issues make the abandonment feel worse? Because I'm not sure how abandonment issues manifest for you. Yes, Feria, you can ask a specific question and I can try to build a reading um around the question you have. That's not a problem at all. Basically, she felt like she needed to distance herself from me because of my mental issues, because my emotions and tendencies become volatile and toxic, which I understand. Renoir, you are a person after my own heart. I lost every friend I had in my life, every connection when my mental health turned volatile and toxic. I had to close the door to everybody because I was just too much to be around. And that sucks. That sucks bad. But honestly, it's better they leave than stick around and not love you for who you are. My husband stuck around. He loved me. As difficult and horrible as I was, he loved me and he stayed. And that's what matters. I had somebody that cared enough to stay. So for all the people that can't love you through your unwellness, let them go. Learn to love yourself so that you can heal those abandonment issues, so then you can enter into the next relationship free of that baggage that comes from the weight of how people have neglected you in the past. You deserve to be free of that, and you deserve to be inside of relationships that are free of that. Frederick Albert, welcome. Glad to have you. First time chatter. I have another reading over on YouTube that I'm going to do after Renoir, after I finish talking with Renoir. And then you'll be up. Thank you very much again for the reading. I was going to give you one more card, Renoir, from the Green Witch Oracle deck. Just something, to possibly guide you forward, because you're working on so much. So I want to see what the cards has to say. Cauldron, creation, opportunity, caring. Self-transformation, one of the central goals of witchcraft, can be intimidating. The Cauldron card reassures you that brewing change is a chance to create new opportunities for yourself as well as those around you. This can be as simple as adopting a fresh outlook. The Cauldron encourages you to think creatively and to try combining things that may not seem to work together at first glance to solve a problem. The Cauldron is also a symbol of nourishing yourself and others. Caring for those around you is an enriching pursuit for all involved. And the reflection is, are you avoiding brainstorming different solutions when faced with a problem? So, as this was a love reading, what ways can you think outside the box in regards to healing yourself in love, right? What can you do to let go of the past that hurt you so much and created the trauma that you endure repeatedly? What can you do to let that go and focus in on healthy love and let that heal you? So, Feria, you said, do you see this guy, G, who I am in no contact with, taking action towards me or at least like reaching out? I don't predict the future. Um, or should I just add B, who is, to be honest, his uni rival, and try my luck there? So I'm not able to predict the future. What I could do for you, since you seem to have two options, is I can um, give you option one um, for guy G and option two for guy B, and then an insight card into option one and an insight card into option two, if you think that would work for you. Renoir, therapy, walking, gym, medication, I think. I don't know what else to do, to be honest. I think those are all really good. Um, Journaling, I would say journaling. That is a great way to help yourself because it gets out everything that's on the inside and it takes tangible effort to write it, to transcribe it into something you can witness. Then, once you've pulled it out of you, you have something tangible to interact with, to reread your thoughts, to see them from a different light. From it feels different on the inside and it feels different once it's on the outside. So, with therapy, walking, gym, medication, I think journaling would be a great addition if that's something you're interested in. Frederick, you can write your tarot. That's more than fine. I don't mind. And then I can work so I can better know and ask questions if I need them. So go ahead. Theria, are you still there? Yeah, I hope it works. I have loved journaling. Journaling has been a part of my journey, and I have found a lot of relief and release in recording my thoughts, both on a notebook or typing them out. Whatever, it's a different feel for both kinds of expression. But I find a lot of just cathartic understanding when I write for myself, and I hope you can find that for you. Thank you so much for the reading. Also, drink your water. I don't have water with me, but I have my coffee drink, so I'll take a drink of that. Okay, you're there, Feria. So I mentioned you, it sounds like you have two options. I can't predict the future, but I like to arm you with more information. Does a 4-card reading sound good for you? Well, even if you end up with nothing at all, it's better to have nothing than be in something that's unfulfilling. I'd rather walk away from two people that are wrong for me and be alone than be in a relationship with somebody because I'm scared of being by myself. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. We'll do the first card. That's option one. That is Guy G. Second card is Guy B. And then insight into option one is 8 of Swords. Insight into option two is the Charioteer. They are both very fulfilling people. No, it's really not. Okay, good. I'm glad that's not the case. I always worry. Sometimes I think it's a lot in culture. We try to find in other people just what we aren't happy with ourselves. So we're just with somebody rather than being happy with somebody. So I'm glad that both are very fulfilling choices for you. So let's see what we have. This is Guy G, the Emperor reversed. Tyrant, domineering, rigid, stubborn, lack of discipline, recklessness. The Emperor reversed is a sign of abused authoritarian power. In your social life, it can manifest in the overreach of power from a father figure or a possessive partner. Reverse love meaning, power struggle, competitiveness, overbearing partner. There is a possibility that the Emperor reversed can indicate a lack of self-control and the inability to handle situations on a personal level. The structures, rules, and systems that he creates may no longer work, leading to chaos and disorder. Okay, so there's that. And then we have 10 of Pentacles for Guy B. Legacy, roots, family, ancestry, inheritance, windfall, foundations, privilege, affluence, stability, tradition. The Ten of Pentacles represents legacy, accomplishment, and financial abundance. The asker has reached a pinnacle in their journey, recently completing an important career or life milestone through hard work. The upright love meaning is financially stable couple, relationship milestones, family approval. This card is also about family ties and cultivating deep bonds. It serves as a reminder to spend time with your loved ones and build memories. Additionally, this card is a positive omen if the asker is hoping to grow their family. So those are the two options before you. One feels somewhat negative, one feels somewhat positive. So let's see, insight into the Emperor reversed. Eight of Swords. Trapped, restricted, victimized, paralyzed, helpless, powerless, imprisonment. You may act like your own worst enemy because you fear the future and resist the new. You may feel that circumstances limit you, but there are more serious limitations in your life due to the fact that you refuse to see the real state of affairs. The upright love meaning is feeling trapped, suffocated, smothered, passive in love. The most important step in releasing limiting beliefs, especially feelings of victimization at the hands of another or a sense of unworthiness due to recent events. Remember, the situation is not as bad as you may imagine. So that's for the Emperor, which was about tyrant, domineering, competitive, overbearing partner. Then we have the Chariot. Success, ambition, determination, willpower, control, self-discipline, focus. The Chariot Tarot card is all about overcoming challenges and gaining victory through maintaining control of your surroundings. This perfect control and confidence allows the charioteer to emerge victorious in any situation. The upright love meaning is taking action on love, taking control of love life. You will be able to stay on the chosen path if your decision is firm. Your strategy should be to move forward decisively and have a clearly defined goal. So, based on the polarity of these cards, it seems like Guy B is the more positive resonance in the moment. Guy A or Guy G feels like there's negative resonance in his cards. So if I were flowing energy around this reading, it seems like the reading leans towards Guy B. So I hope that provided insight, and I hope that insight was resonant. Again, I'm not one to predict the future nor be able to read people's energy. So I hope to use the cards to find insight and understanding to help guide the moment forward. So I hope, Faria, that those cards can help guide you forward, provide a little insight in the moment about what you're feeling, and hopefully it'll help. Thanks, that's helpful. Good. I'm glad. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. You get into it. Okay. All right. You've been added. So that brings you up, Frederick. Um, I want to know how to improve my chances of finding a partner. I am 26 years old and am feeling more and more lonely. I want to find a girlfriend that will become my wife and start a family with. Am I supposed to do something different or just be more patient? So it's all about love, romance, and getting fulfillment from relationships. Well, I have a reading that I came up with, a Build Happy Love spread. It's 5 cards. The first card is how best can I cultivate satisfying relationships? Card 2, what will help me let go of my attachment to pain? 3, what qualities will attract future love? Card 4, what is my current relationship status teaching me? And card 5 is how best can I align to the frequency of love? Does that sound like it would work for you, Frederick? Hey, Daddy, are you listening? Do you think you could come down and close the queue? All right, let's do it. So the first card is how best can I cultivate? You can move the queue, but then can you close it? Scorpio, if you're interested, I can get you after you get into it.
Who are you on?
I am on Frederick.
Yes.
No, I'm just starting. So yeah, we'll get you, Scorpio. No worries. He did. He's entered it too.
Now pause.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you coming and doing that. Do you mind getting me another cup of milk? I know, I haven't had a break. What will help me let go of my attachments to pain? King of Wands. What qualities will attract future love? 8 of Wands. What is my current relationship status teaching me? 7 of Cups. Reversed. How best can I align to the frequency of love? 9 of Cups. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay. So the first question, how best can I cultivate satisfying relationships? The card that came was the Star. Illusion, mystery, subconscious intuition, hidden potential, uncertainty, new beginnings. The upright love meaning is unexplored desires, emotional vulnerability, idealism in love. The Star card in this deck offers a glimpse into a world of hidden depths and veiled truths. Unlike traditional interpretations, the luminary is muted, shrouded in mystery. This card signifies a time of exploration within, a dive into the subconscious where fears and intuition mingle. It represents a period of uncertainty, but also immense possibility. Remember, the greatest treasures are often hidden beneath the surface. Embrace the mystery and trust your intuition to unlock your full potential. So I like this card as it's how can I best cultivate satisfying relationships? following your intuition, listening to your gut, letting your inner knowing guide you to the people that you're most meant to be around. Because when you learn to vibe with people on your level, right, it invites new relationships into your life. So learning to feel comfort with yourself, with your trust, that inner knowing, that inner guide, that falling in love with that, that's the best way to cultivate lasting relationships with others. Because when you trust yourself within, when you trust that you're your best guide, then you can trust the people that are in your life to be there as they're meant to be, not just as you want them to be, but as they are, which is a much freer way of inviting people into our lives. We get to be who we are, and we invite people in as they are. And when we love ourselves wholly from the inside out for everything that we are, that invites people into our lives that can love us just as wholly. And even more, because we love ourselves from the inside, we believe that we're worthy of love and that people love us on our level. There's no more doubt or fear or insecurity. I'm going through hell. I lost what I feel like was my twin flame, my family. Everything is crashing around me. I'm sorry, little Pooh. I'm sorry. It's those are hard moments to be going through. I I'm sorry it's a hard time. Life comes through ebbs and flows, ups and downs. Sometimes there's hard moments and sometimes there's easier moments. Right now you're going through a hard moment. You're going to get through this. Every hard thing you've ever been through, you've made it through, and this will be no different. I trust you can get through this. Just give yourself the grace to get through the shaking of everything. What will help me let go of my attachment to pain? King of Wands. Leadership, vision, big picture, taking control, daring decisions, boldness, optimism. King of Wands card signifies the asker is competent and capable. There will be a chance to meet interesting people. You can successfully negotiate and state your point of view. The upright love meaning is energetic, charismatic lover, taking the lead in love. So I like this. What can I do to let go of my attachment to pain? Take the lead in love. Put yourself out there. Go into new and exciting experiences that open the door to meeting new and exciting people. Be positive and what's that word? I can't think of the word. Proactive, and try to lead by putting yourself out there to meet the people. This card also shows up as a reminder to trust oneself. Another one to trust oneself. So the star was about intuition and guidance and trusting that. And this card speaks to trust the self. The asker's intuition knows the way. This is a time to fully embrace their strengths and wisdom, which will enable them to make a huge difference in the world. I love you all. Well, we're glad to be here for you. What qualities will attract future love? Eight of Wands. Movement, speed, progress, quick decisions, sudden changes, excitement. Upright love meaning, romantic life picking up pace, excitement, surprises, and love. I like that. Excitement. Following places that make you excited, that you're passionate about, that bring positive experience to you. Going and putting yourself, being proactive and putting yourself out there in those external environments that open the door to meeting new people. This card also signals that new possibilities and opportunities will arrive unexpectedly. Ride the wave and practice self-belief and confidence. This is a moment for the asker to capitalize on all their hard work. So everything that's brought you to this moment is who you are to be for the person you're hoping to meet. love yourself fully, and then put yourself out there fully. Trusting myself is hard. Sometimes relationships can just not work, or it's not meant to be. It doesn't click. But I always feel a sentiment of regret, like maybe I did or said something wrong. Maybe I should have been different, or maybe it would have worked. But if it would have worked, it would have. It didn't, so it didn't. And putting a relationship is a two-way street. Like you said, some ways, sometimes it's your fault, but sometimes it's the other person just not wanting to be in the relationship. And that's not because you did anything wrong. It's just because that relationship wasn't meant to work. And for that, I think of everybody that's saying, not everybody's my cup of tea. Well, I'm not everybody's cup of tea either. And so in having harmonizing relationships, you're going to butt up against people that just don't vibe with you, that just don't get on well with you. And that's okay. Meet them with respect and kindness and let them pass out of your life so you can invite more people that vibe with you better. Trusting that you are worthy of that respect and that love and that kindness, right? You just have to believe it in yourself. If you're looking for it in others, it starts within and ripples outward. I think trust, I trust freely. So I speak from a privileged state of knowing that when you give trust to things, life feels more positive. So for you in this lacking ability to trust yourself, that is a great starting point for where to work on being ready to be in a relationship for others. Because if you can't trust yourself, how in the world are you ever going to trust somebody else? It starts within. So if you want to build trust with others, learn to trust yourself first, your intuition, your guidance, your qualities, all of who you are. Trust that you're good enough and worthy of healthy, happy love, and then put yourself out there to find it. What is my current relationship status teaching me? Seven of Cups. Lack of purpose, disarray, confusion, diversion, distractions, clarity, making choices. Reverse love meaning, chaotic and confusing love life, avoiding romantic decisions, clarity about love. The reverse Seven of Cups card is also related to choices. The queer may currently feel trapped by their circumstances and confused about their next steps. Oh my goodness, Son of Lilith. Wow. Thank you so much. Wow. I really appreciate that. Um, I I have the queue's actually closed, but we'll definitely get you in the queue. I'm working with Frederick. Um, and then I've got uh you get into it next, then Scorpio, and then you'll be up, Son of Lilith. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm so moved. Thank you so much. That was so generous. I really, really appreciate it. Welcome back, Frederick. So we were talking about Seven of Cups. The reverse Seven of Cups card reminds the querent that they have more options than they think. They are encouraged to reconnect with their larger objectives and drive their decision making forward, even if it feels scary at the moment. So it may seem like right now there isn't a lot of love interest, but if you don't trust yourself, it's hard to see potential in future partners. So it starts with going within and doing that work to trust yourself so that you can meet your partner on their level and move forward positively with them because you're in a positive place yourself. So your current relationship status is teaching you that there's more options than you think, right? You feel limited and isolated, but that's not all there is. There's many ways to get yourself out there and engage, and you just got to give yourself that opportunity. And then, how best can I align to the frequency of love? 9 of Cups. Wishes coming true, contentment, satisfaction, success, achievements, plenty of fish in the sea. No, I don't know that I believe there's plenty of fish in the sea. Not everybody's going to be your kind of person. So, yeah, there may be tons of people out there, but is everybody the right person for you? No. Part of finding the right person is putting yourself out there to risk finding the ones that don't work. Because if you vibe with somebody for a little bit and the relationship goes south, you learn a lesson for how to better behave in a relationship going forward. So even the bad relationships that don't work out, they're learning ground for how to better relate to somebody going forward. So there are plenty of fish in the sea, and getting yourself out there to invite that experience can help you better whittle down to the pond you're fishing in and hoping to pull from. Achievements, recognition, pleasure. The 9 of Cups card represents appreciation, fulfilled dreams, and life's pleasures. But online dating is also a big factor of that sentiment. Lots of matches and conversations that lead nowhere. You talk to so many people, but nothing meaningful. So I just have to keep trying and trying, I guess. Oh, you're online dating. I don't know what the world of online dating is like, so I can't give tips and advice. But for me, wholesome, soulful connections are what you're hoping to make. And online doesn't invite that kind of connection very often. The ease of communication of online almost trivializes the connections you make. So it's easy to skip over very real people that you could connect with because they don't check the right boxes. I suggest pulling back from online life and going and getting yourself out there in real life. If you want to find a wife, if you want to find a partner, let them be in your moment as they are. Don't worry about online. Go out and do your activities, your events, your passions, your creativities. Go and experience those in the world and frequent places that invite those kind of people that would vibe with you participating in that way. The 9 of Cups card represents appreciation, fulfilled dreams, and life's pleasures. It signifies that the querent has achieved a goal or is feeling content in their relationships, career, or in other areas. This is how you can align with the frequency of love. And I love this: appreciation, fulfillment, and life's pleasures. So to align with love, you have to sow love into your moments. And that's literally appreciating the life that is before you, starting with yourself and then rippling outward. By sowing appreciation, it's like the law of attraction. By putting good energy into your moment right now, towards yourself with others, it ripples outward to attract good vibes into your moment. So it pays to be idealistic in love and believe in happy love, and then practice happy love with everybody you meet, not just romantic partners, but any passing stranger. Practice happy love because you never know what stranger might become somebody you're meant to be with. But if you're only waiting for certain doors to open, that might close a lot of other doors. The appearance of the 9 of Cups card may indicate that the querent has successfully completed an important stage in life and can now afford a well-deserved holiday before moving on. So yeah, I think give yourself a chance to rest and redefine what love is to you. Love on the inside. Because if you're happy in love on the inside, then it's going to be easy to be happy in love on the outside. So I hope you can give yourself that chance to be happy and love on the inside, and then let that ripple outward and pull into your life the people that are most meant to be there. You get into it. You are up next. I'm just finishing up with Frederick. Thank you very much for the reading. You're welcome. Thank you for letting me do it for you. I hope it was resonant. I hope it gave you some insight or guidance on how to move forward and maybe find that love that you're hoping for. I have been streaming for a long time, so I am going to stand up and take a break before I continue on with the rest of the readings, stretch my legs and walk around a bit. But I will be back shortly. Next up is what was his name again? Yeah, Into It. And then Scorpio, and then Son of Lilith. Okay. All right, so I will be right back. See you shortly. Hey, it's Alma, and we're at Tarot of the Soul. I am back from my break, which brings You Get Into It up if you're still there. I can give you a few minutes because I just popped back on, so you might not be there. But yeah. You must be. You're still there. Yay. Awesome. Thank you. I love you. So, what kind of reading can I get for you tonight? I have, in my week off of streaming, I bought this deck that was for tarot spreads, for building tarot spreads. The love spread I just did for the last reading, that was one that I created. I also have other ones if you're interested. I have a shadow work spread that I found from a Discord server I'm in, if you're interested in shadow working. Or we can just do a general reading. I love diamond spread readings. They give very broad, in-depth readings around a generalized theme or question, whatever you're interested in. Has Fat Brittany been fed? Because I didn't go down this morning and do it. Oh, then maybe someone else did. Well, I gave him a can of wet food today. I'll make sure my feet have been. Thank you. So I got an opportunity to be on. Did you say Fat Brittany? Yeah, I did. One of our cats is a rescue from a hoarding situation, and hoarded cats tend to be undersized when they're born, and Fat Brittany was the chubbiest of her litter. She is not overweight. She literally is like 7.5 pounds and really, really thin. So she's a small kitty. But yeah, her name's Fat Brittany. Everybody, all the vets and stuff, when they see her, or when they hear her name, Fat Brittany, they want to know her backstory because she's not fat. So I got an opportunity to be on the firm on a film set in July. However, I have to commit tomorrow. The only reason I'm hesitant is because I'm worried that if I have a full-time job by then, I won't be able to do it. I'd like advice on if I should take the bet and agree to be on the film set for those dates. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so let's do an option one, option two. Option one is take the job on the film set, insight into that choice, and don't take the job on the film set card and insight into that choice. You feel like you should. Okay, well, yeah, you should trust your gut. Um, I don't want to read cards for you, to outsway your decision in the matter. It's your opportunity. You know how you feel about your opportunity. Weigh that fairly and make a decision. You don't know that you'll have a full-time job. You don't know anything other than you have to decide tomorrow. And deciding tomorrow can be the commitment to make that a reality. I'm just doubting it is all. And I guess my cards, I don't predict the future. So I'm not able to tell you with certainty if you're making the best choice for yourself. I use cards to gain insight and understanding from a different perspective. So I like I understand for sure. Good, good. I think some people might be clairvoyant, claircognizant, that kind of stuff, have clair abilities. I don't know that I have any, and so I don't like to pretend that I can tell you what's right for your future. But Claire Danes, he's so funny. What perspective do you use the cards for? I guess just insight in a different perspective. So, I like for your question around whether you should take this job. I have a diamond spread reading that I think is a wonderful reading. It's 5 cards. The first card is the focus. What should I focus on in this situation at hand? The second card and third card are the internal and external influences, how you feel on the inside about this um, position, or and how you relate to it in the external world. The fourth card is what's needed to overcome or better understand. And then the fifth card is the higher understanding or resolution card. So it it offers 5 different points to see a deeper clarity to the focus, right? And so I like how the cards can offer that insight and intuition. It's magic for me because the cards seem to come to be what I need them to be. I don't pick the cards, I wait for them to jump and I let the energy pull the right cards. So it's almost like a magic trick, getting to witness the right cards come in the right moment. And that's the perspective I use. What do the cards want me to see in the moment? And then from what the cards inspire, I let my intuition and instinct carry me forward to better understand the situation at hand. So, would you like that diamond spread? Do you think that'll work for you? Is that for sure for me? Sure. There we go. Okay. 2 of Swords. The Sun. King of Wands. That is the third time this night King of Wands has appeared. It is the vibe of the evening. Ace of Pentacles. Sorry, while you were explaining, I was thinking about making the decision. That's okay. You should be thinking about it. That's a big decision to make. So definitely consider, if your mind gets distracted from my words, I'm not offended. You think deeply, move in the direction when you feel it. I'm very, I'm the kind of go with the flow kind of person. So if my mind wanders off, I'm following it and I listen because I trust my mind knows where I need to be. And so the tarot reader, Alma, might be inspiration for you to more deeply think about the decision at hand. So yeah, think away. Go where your mind needs you to go. 3 of Swords. Okay, so the focus is 2 of Swords. Stalemate, difficult choices, stuck in the middle, denial, hidden information. The 2 represents relationships, balance, and harmony. The 2 of Swords indicates that the asker is in transition and feels they are between 2 worlds, whether it be jobs, relationships, or in the middle of a move. This card reminds the asker to follow their intuition when making decisions and deal with conflicts directly through clear communication. It is also a signal to accept this period of uncertainty while keeping faith that a better future will emerge. Well, I think that's a hopeful card. I like that. Follow your intuition, do what feels right, and you're obviously thinking about what feels right for you. So your mind is already dwelling on what the right decision is to make. And so trust yourself to know right. And as conflicts come up, clearly communicate your way through them, right? And then just hold faith that better is on the horizon. So internal influence is the sun. Happiness, success, optimism, joy, confidence, vitality, happiness, truth. Oh, happiness is in there twice. Haha. Sun card represents success, abundance, and radiance. Like the sun itself, it gives strength and vitality to all those who are lucky enough to feel its rays. Hello, I love robots. Welcome to the evening. I hope you're having a great evening. It gives strength and vitality to all those who are lucky enough to feel its rays. There is much joy and happiness coming your way. The Sun card shows that you have a significant sense of deserved confidence right now. Life is particularly good, and the sun is shining your way as you reach the goals that you have set. So you have this wonderful opportunity before you. The sun is shining from the inside out. You feel good about this chance, and so it's definitely something for you to consider. I think I'm going to move forward and do it. It's scary, but it's aligned with my dreams. And these opportunities don't come often. No, they don't. And so it takes a manner of courage and bravery to embrace these decisions, even when, social standards might say it's not the wisest decision to make. Following your dreams is a big step to make, and a good one when it feels right. So King of Wands, 102. Hi, I love robots. Oh, thank you for letting them know. I appreciate that. The King of Wands reverse can indicate the asker has been put in a leadership position or has spearheaded a project but is experiencing imposter syndrome. They are feeling unworthy to lead and may be doubting their capabilities and strength. So this sounds like even though you're shining on the inside at the opportunity, the external world makes you feel less than comfortable with the choice. But it sounds like with the words you've just shared that you're feeling better, emboldened to take that choice. So no matter what the external world says, you're feeling good about the choice ahead of you. Which brings us to Ace of Pentacles. This is what's needed to overcome or better understand. New opportunities, resources, abundance, prosperity. No, I didn't see that. Thank you for telling me. I've been spaced out during the reading. Would it be possible to do a different question? If it's too late, I completely understand. Phantom Punk, the queue is closed for tonight. I'm sorry. It's been a long night and we've had a lot of readings and I've still got some more to do. But, so yeah, the queue's closed, so I apologize for that. I appreciate you being here, though. I do. I wasn't saying anything. You get it. I was waiting for you to come back. I was gonna see. Okay, so you're back. You wanted another question. I can give you a couple cards for another question. Not a full reading because we've already started that. But what's your question that you were hoping to gain insight into? So I'll be wrapping up with you get it, or you get into it. And then up after you get into it is Scorpio. Hopefully you're still there, Scorpio. And then after Scorpio is Sun of Lilith. And that'll be my last reading of the night. Oh, good, Scorpio, you're still there. So we'll do two cards. We'll do what will help you with manifestation and what's blocking you with manifestation. What'll help you? Strength reversed. What's blocking you? Three of Swords. It's interesting that was in your other reading. Sun of Lilith has it. You got to believe it before you see it. Manifestation happens because you put the energy into the now moment, believing that life will bring it to you. If you're doubting, manifestation is going to be doubtful. Strength reversed. Self-doubt, weakness, low confidence, inadequacy, cowardice, forcefulness. A reverse strength card can mean that you are or are about to experience intense anger or fear in your life. You seem to be lacking the inner strength that this card normally represents, meaning you might be experiencing fear and a lack of conviction and confidence in your own abilities, which you just mentioned. You don't really believe in manifestation. Now you should reconsider the situation. Perhaps you are trying to achieve a goal that is not within your control at the moment. To be successful, you need to overcome your guilt, doubts, and fears. I doubted Lilith for years, and it's like she shows herself everywhere now. I think my doubt is surrounding the fact that so many people struggle in life or never get their manifestations. What makes me so special? But comparing yourself to others isn't a fair game. You don't know what others get. You don't know what others want. You don't know what others ask for. You don't know anything outside of yourself and how you connect to life. Judging yourself by external factors is a way to devalue your experience and under prioritize your ability to positively connect to life. We are all special. Everybody has life manifesting. It's just not everybody sees life positively in the way around them. And or there are truly tragic stories where people are living horrible lives and can't change their circumstances. But I think that is the rarity, not the norm. And so many of us are living magical lives, not seeing the magic for what it is. And so manifestation is believing in the magic before it happens, knowing that magic is real, that manifestation is like law of attraction. You get what you put into it. And if you don't believe it's going to happen, it's not going to happen. So you've got to double down and buy in with faith and trust that it's going to happen before that manifestation becomes real. You also got to go through hell to get to heaven in a way, go through the issues to be prepared for something in the future. Yes, that is very true. You can only rise as high as low as you've been. So the lower you go, the more depth you feel, the higher you can rise in response to what you've been through. And so it takes really feeling things as deeply as possible to truly then rise up and experience the height of what life has to offer. And it's interesting that Three of Swords comes up because that card is of feeling deeply. Heartbreak, separation, sadness, grief, sorrow, upset, loss, trauma, tears. The Three of Swords is a card carrying tension and heartbreak, perhaps as a result of a relationship ending, a communication failure, a bitter argument, or a betrayal. The asker may be carrying grief, emotional pain, or feelings of rejection. The asker is reminded that no matter how much pain they may be feeling, they have control over the meaning they give to an experience. They should be careful not to push their loved ones away just because they feel tense and irritable. So this card to me, what's blocking? Not feeling deeply, not trusting deeply in the depths of your experience. Everything you've been through has brought the life you lead. And if you're happy where you're at, then you're only going to get happier in the future. And if you're not happy where you're at, now is a turning point to make happiness what you go after, or insert word for whatever you want to go after. I think happiness is a general word for what we're all moving towards, but maybe something's different for you. Manifestation is individual. And so I believe by feeling deeply what we've been through, we can then release it and let go to open up to something new and better on the horizon. So yeah, I hope that's helpful. You get into it. Scorpio, that brings you up. What kind of reading can I get for you tonight? Thank you for the card pull. I appreciate it. You're welcome. I hope you can find some clarity and insight in what you're going through. And I hope you know, feel a little more trust in the divine to bring you what you're most hoping for. Hi, Scorpio. Hi. Oh, Snickers. Haha. She's laying on the table. She's right over there. She's with me. They love when I put the fabric down on the table. They all come and lay on it. What kind of reading can I get for you tonight, Scorpio? Could we do a whatever I need to hear right now? Yeah. I have a higher calling spread that I thought to try. The first card is the higher self spirit. The second card is what can I do to support my healing? Uh, the third card is what small shift would be beneficial. The fourth card is what shadow aspects of self are not recognized. And the fifth card is how can I empower myself? Does that sound like a reading you'd want to hear? Or would you just like a diamond spread like you normally get? Yes, that's what you would like, the higher calling spread I just said, because I was smart and asked you two questions back to back, both that could have the answer yes. Okay, all right. Ooh, I'm going to set out. This is my spread, so here we go. I got this neat deck. It's like a tarot little guide or something. I forget what it's called, but it's small and it's really neat and pretty, and it lets me make tarot spreads, and then I can use the cards on my table when I'm doing the readings. So that's awesome. So the first card is the Spirit Higher Self card. Nine of Swords. What can I do to support my healing? The Moon reversed. What small shift would be beneficial for me right now? Two of Swords. What shadow aspect of self am I not recognizing? Three of Pentacles reversed. How best can I empower myself? Knight of Pentacles. There we go. Okay, so the higher self card, Nine of Swords. Reversed. Recovery, learning to cope, facing life, finding help, shame, guilt, mental health issues. You may still experience the consequences of a difficult situation, but the pain is already subsiding. Your imagination, however, still paints the current situation in a much worse way than it really is. You needlessly get upset and worried without any reason. The reverse Nine of Swords brings a message of hope, offering faith in a brighter future and promising better days ahead. In this position, the card offers relief from pain and suffering, providing a sense of comfort and healing. Well, that's a beautiful card to get in the higher self. I like that. What can I do to support my healing? The Moon. Clinging to the past, emotional confusion, self-doubt, hindering goals, fear of intuition. The Moon reversed in this deck signifies a resistance to emotional processing and introspection. You might be clinging to past hurts or refusing to acknowledge the deeper emotions bubbling beneath the surface. Remember, even the darkest night has a moon. By confronting your emotional shadows and trusting your intuition, you can navigate uncertainty and find your way back to light. So another card calling us to trust our instinct, go within. We can heal ourselves by listening to ourselves and letting that guide our way forward. What small shift would be beneficial? Two of Swords. Indecision, hesitancy, anxiety, too much information, no right choice, truth revealed. The Two of Swords reverse suggests the asker has to make a decision between two options, but feels stuck and unable to make a move. This card also reminds the asker that they have everything within them to make a decision. Intuition. Their intuition knows the best route to take. Sometimes it can feel tough to trust our inner hunches, but this card indicates that the full picture will soon come to light. So this card is, what's the small shift? Trust. Trust that intuition. Trust that inner guidance. Learning to trust is that healing that you need. What shadow aspect of self am I not recognizing? Three of Pentacles reversed. Lack of cohesion, lack of teamwork, apathy, poor motivation, conflict, ego, competition. The reverse Three of Pentacles may indicate a lack of harmony or cooperation between the asker and their colleagues or within their other group dynamics. The asker may feel that their work is undervalued or underappreciated. This card can also signify a lack of motivation or commitment in the asker's work. The reverse Three of Pentacles is a reminder to evaluate the situation from a higher perspective and look for the lesson. So what shadow aspect? It feels like a lack of positive connection to the work or the work environment or group dynamics, right? Like, so in some way, we may not be paying attention to how disconnected you feel from that positive part of your life. How can I empower myself? Knight of Pentacles. Practical, reliable, efficient, stoic, slow and steady, hardworking, committed, patient, conservative. The Knight of Pentacles represents hard work, a methodical approach, and routine. If the asker is currently midway through a project, this card is a reminder to remain consistent and committed to their goals. Slow but steady progress will lead you to success. Your diligent and hard work will be well paid. A true friend may come to your rescue, or perhaps you yourself will do someone a favor. So I like that. Hard work and being generous with others, right? That's the best way to empower yourself. And I love that. That's so fitting because it takes everything that's going on and focuses on what you can do. Hard work, your best in a moment, and lets that be what guides you forward. So yeah, I hope that was a resonant reading, Scorpio. I hope it gave you some insight or guidance or awareness or positive connection to the reading. Oh, that's okay. Did you get to hear your whole reading? Was I talking for the last minute? Um, I'm not sure where. Okay. All right. I'm so sorry. I I hope it ends up being a good reading for you. I feel bad that I didn't realize you were in an ad. But thank you for coming, Scorpio. I'm glad I could get you a reading tonight. I hope when you read it or rewatch it that it's resonant in what you needed to hear. Yeah, yeah, no worries. I totally understand. I It wrapped up pretty quickly, so I understand why you thought I'd probably still be going. So I get it. I'm sorry, but yeah, I hope you get to watch it back and it's what you needed to hear. So thank you. Which that brings up Son of Lilith, my final reading for the evening. Good evening, good evening. Thank you again for the bits. I appreciate it. That's so generous. My question for the cards are, what are the first steps to get started in the Babylon working? Okay. I need to be able to gift you pro. Aw. What are the first steps to getting started in the Babylon working? Let's do 3 steps. Let's do 1, 2, 3, and then insight into each of the steps. I see Scorpio in a lot of chats. 6 of Pentacles. Step 1. 4 of Wands. Step 2. Step 3. I like 6 of Pentacles and 6 of Wands, and then 5 of Wands here. Insight. Five of Pentacles. Judgment reverse. You'd think they'd want to let you gift whatever you could. It's silly. Okay. Here we go. So option or step 1, 6 of Pentacles reverse. Power dynamics, abusive generosity, strings attached, gifts, inequality, extortion. The 6 of Pentacles reverse indicates a loss of money or theft of property due to negligence, dishonesty, or indiscretion. Someone may refuse to repay a debt or provide reciprocal services. You may soon have to pay off debts, which could deal a serious blow to your finances. The source of financial support may dry up, and you may not be able to get what is rightfully yours. So that's step 1. Paying off debts, I guess. Interesting. I don't typically do steps, so this will be a new reading experience for me. So forgive me. I'm going to try to figure this out for you. And the insight into 6 of Pentacles is death reversed. Fear of change, repeating negative patterns, resisting change, stagnancy, decay. The reverse meaning of the death card is still about change, but it suggests that you have been resisting it. You may be worried about letting go of the past, or you may not be sure about the changes you need to make in order to move forward. Well, that sounds about right. While it's natural to feel afraid, you should trust that you are taking the right steps to move forward. Life moves on, so fighting the passing time will only leave you with regrets. You're fine. The reading is pretty clear so far. Good. I'm glad. So, death is about changes. And so insight into, I guess this card is about paying off debts, right? So getting yourself in order, even if it's not financial, even if you don't have financial debts, get your affairs in order and make the changes that are needed with those affairs so they're not problems anymore. 5 of Wands. Step 2. End of conflict, cooperation, agreements, truces, harmony, peace, avoiding conflict. The 5 of Wands reverse indicates that a period of conflict, disagreement, or heightened stress is coming to an end. The querent can breathe a sigh of relief, a stage of compromise, and cooperation has been reached. The 5 of Wands reverse. I'm going to need a few weeks to perform it so the money thing seems accurate. Okay, good. The 5 of Wands reverse also reminds the querent not to get lost in the comparison game with others. They must stay focused on their own path. I like that. So the next step is ending conflict and working well with others, finding agreements and peace. So breathing a sigh of relief because the stage of compromise and cooperation will be reached. Insight into step 2 is 5 of Pentacles. hardship, loss, isolation, feeling abandoned, adversity, struggle, unemployment, alienation, disgrace. The Five of Pentacles card represents financial stress, poverty consciousness, or a lack of self-esteem. It can often signify that the asker is stressed about their financial situation and may be fearing that they might lose their job. So this makes sense. If you're going to be paying off a debt, poverty consciousness is definitely going to be something on your mind. The Five of Pentacles reminds the asker to foster self-belief and have faith in their potential and resourcefulness. It is also a call to focus on what is abundant in life and practice gratitude. I like that. Practice, see what's abundant even when money isn't, because there's always meaning and worth to be found in life, even when there's no money to float that, right? I'd almost look at this like past, present, and next future. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, that's cool. I think cards work out that way. They're often, you already made this step, now you're here. Let's see what the next ones have to say. Six of Wands. Success, victory, triumph, rewards, recognition, praise, acclaim, pride. The Six of Wands represents achievement, public recognition, and self-confidence. This card reminds the asker to embrace their gifts, talents, and successes fully. It's okay to let their light shine bright and share their achievements with others and the world. This card also tells them to believe in themselves. We all were born with a unique life purpose, and those dreams would never have been given to us if we were not meant to achieve them. I like that card, especially as you think it could really look almost like past, present, future. Insight into the Six of Wands is Judgment reversed. Self-doubt, lack of self-awareness, failing to learn lessons, self-loathing. The reverse judgment card can mean that you doubt and judge yourself too harshly. This could be causing you to miss opportunities that were awaiting you. Another reading of the reverse judgment card can be a push to take time out of your busy routine to reflect upon your life to this point and what you have learned so far. So yeah, I hope this was insightful. I like that it reads almost like past, present, future, even though we were wanting step 1, step 2, step 3. You agree with the cards. Awesome. Yay. We got a resonant reading to end with. I love that. Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much. Well, let me give you, where did my deck go? Oh, let's do an oracle card and see what the oracle deck has to say as just a final card for the night. I love my Green Witch oracle deck. The Sun, healing energy, happiness, comfort, joy. The sun is the main source of life on our planet. It holds great power in the Green Witch practice. It gives us light, which feeds plant life and is essential to the process of photosynthesis. From these plants comes oxygen, nourishing us when we breathe. Sunlight also brings comfort to our bodies, easing chills and dampness, helping us stay warm. The sun card is associated with robust and healing illnesses. Robust health and healing illnesses. The light chases away the darkness and encourages joy and happiness. Let light into the dark wow, I'm struggling to read this. Let light in to illuminate dark corners in your life. Allow optimism into your heart to encourage you. There are bright times ahead. Reflection, what needs healing in your life? What needs comfort and attention? I like that, as you said, you're in a little bit of a waiting game what needs healing in your life. Work on yourself so you can be better ready for the opportunity when it presents itself. So yeah, I hope that was good for you. Um, I appreciate your donation, your bits. That was so generous of you, and I'm so grateful. It made my night, and yeah, thank you so much. Very good. I'm glad that it was a um, meaningful reading for you. Thank you so much for waiting around until I was able to. It looks like you donated your bits over an hour ago, so you waited an hour to get your reading. I appreciate you sticking around with me for it. So yeah, hopefully you'll join me again. I'm hoping to stream again soon. I'm always trying to do it regularly, as often as my energy and time allows. So I appreciate you guys being here with me tonight. We had a lot of good readings, a lot of readings tonight. It was a busy night. So yeah, I'm grateful for it. So yeah, I think I'm going to wrap up for the night. Call it quits for the evening. We've had a good night, several hours of streams. I even had YouTube reading, so that's cool. I got bits tonight from Sana Lilith. So yeah, it's been a good night. I'm glad I streamed tonight and hope to be back soon. So thank you for joining me. I appreciate you guys being here, and I hope to see you again soon.